But then we're seeing him going Super Saiyan 3, then Forward, and plus Ultra Instinct. We're like, hold on. I was happy just seeing base form Goku. And that's what AI is.
Welcome to the show. Today we've got Ashlee, is an AI guru and teacher, an anime enjoyer, and a suit wearer and enjoyer. How you doing, man?
I'm very well.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
My pleasure's all mine.
Thank you.
So obviously we met years ago.
Yes.
In Manchester.
Yes.
In background extra.
Wow, yes. Seems like yesterday. It generally seems like yesterday.
Pre-COVID though.
Oh, God. That was a good set though. That was good.
Yeah. Mad Dog.
Yeah. Mad Dog. We were definitely Mad Dogs during that set. Can you remember when we was doing the running scene?
Oh, when I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Was it years and years?
Years and years.
That was it,
There's this truck coming and it was like, okay, everyone run at this certain time.
Yeah.
And it was, and to be fair, to be honest with you, I feel like the instructions were quite unclear.
Yeah. I think so
they were very unclear, and they knew they were unclear. So anyway, I've run at the wrong time. I was like the sacrificial lamb. I've run at the wrong time. They've had to stop the whole thing again. It's some big budget set. So I've run in front of the truck. I've run too early because I didn't want to get fucking licked dung by the fucking truck. They've stopped the whole thing, and he sent me so far in the background. It was like, I was like sent so far in the background. It was embarrassing. I was like right at the back. He looked apologetic, but he was sort of like, I've got to do this. I felt bad, man.
I think that whole day was funny because
it was freezing, remember?
It was freezing. It was just completely chaos.
Yeah. You know, people like really complaining about their job, and you realise about being a background extra, there's certain people that's going to complain the whole time. But it was my first ever one, and I was like, this is great, man. We're getting fed. I was starving. I was skint. I was starving. I remember being like, what, we get food and that as well. I had a $5 in my pocket thinking, I bet the food's going to be teeth here. And it was like,
it was good.
It was just free. Like, I couldn't believe it. Sausage sandwiches.
Oh.
And they were like, this people complaining that. I was like, you brought me on one of your filming jobs before, but we did a video.
We had to do a suit wear, funny enough.
Yeah.
It was literally a local suit wear business. They wanted some videos done. I hired you that day. You've done amazing. We got to work with some models as well. We had a little debate with the people that owned one of the places by the park.
You got to pay to use this grounds. And it was like, oh, come and have a look inside. And this is how much it costs to do it outside. This is how much it costs to do it inside. And the geezer, I think he was a photographer.
Yeah.
He was sound, he was.
Yeah, really good guy.
We've gone in and he said, I thought, guys, such a good question. So how did he make his money? And he was like, he had like farms. Oh, so he was a farmer. It's like, how's he made his money? You should let us use it.
Yeah. Abel did really well.
It's not my CV.
We were just so on it that day, man.
And it's fun of gun sound effects. AI-powered sex robots. What's your take?
That's definitely going to be happening. I can generally see that. That's a really good question. The dating market now seems to be off rails. It seems like no one's really liking the fact of human interaction. If you're not getting human interaction, people are generally going to find it somewhere else. If that's going to happen with robots and probably with dolls, etc., that I can see happening. I really can see that happening.
For or against?
Dude, I'm not saying anything about that. I can see a mass wave of that. Massive.
It's got to be expensive.
Oh God, yeah, that is good.
Hang on, how expensive?
I think people, and this ain't my research, by the way.
Caught you out.
You caught me out. Generally, I think 10 to 15 grand.
Yeah.
It's going to be a power move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there shouldn't be that much. I mean, I saw like a video on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a guy and there's like, those fish that like sing.
Yeah.
And he's hooked up ChatGPT to that.
Yeah.
And he's set up some kind of prompt for it. And he's doing some weights and the fish is like his trainer. And he's like talking back to it.
Yeah.
How hard is it to whack that on a fucking fleshlight? Mate, I'll see you one for a tenner. Not a tenner. All right, quick fire. Favorite anime?
Oh God, best question. Oh God, Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan?
Yeah, for storytelling, I think it's one of the best. Solo Leveling is my new favorite now.
Someone mentioned that to me the other day.
Oh, watch it. It's incredible. Demon Slayer, love.
Which is your favorite Attack on Titan?
My favorite Attack on Titan.
What do you think of the last season?
I liked it. I did like it. I love Levi and I like how he had his little moment. I feel like there could have been a bit more. It was so well done at the same time. So I think I'm saying that because I genuinely freaking miss that show. I genuinely miss it. The storytelling is just incredible. The music, just everything. I would say that's one of my favorites. It's got a special place in my heart, seriously.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't Game of Thrones level bad ending. It was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as some of the middle seasons.
Yeah.
Fullmetal Alchemist is, and I know it's a bit of a basic one to be like, oh, that's my favourite, but like all the way through, start to finish, there's no weak links in that. In Brotherhood, the newer one anyway, whichever one's the newer one, after they finish the manga, there's no weak links.
Yeah.
The story closes clean.
Yeah.
It's not quite as epic as Attack on Titan. It doesn't have the same twists, but it does have like what's actually going on is like, you're like, whoa, that's what this all been leading up to, man. Some wicked fights in it.
Absolutely.
Gotta say. Or Cowboy Bebop. Maybe I'm just an old head. I'm like Unk status now when it comes to anime.
I think we are as well. I'll tell you what's also good as well. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh man, the second season goes off. I love that geezer who's like, his power is his voice. So cool. In the first season, against the plant.
Yes. Oh my, that is a
fight.
Powerful power, I think.
Such a good fight. Yeah, but you can't use it that much, but he's so strong.
Yeah.
It's good in the second season as well.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Psycho now as well, man.
when I speak about anime, I just love it. I get excited hearing it. Oh my God.
I went to a thing recently. It was me and my friend, I got us a couple of tickets to this anime rave in town. We've recently stopped drinking. So we're there, like no booze and that. No Dutch courage or whatever.
Yeah.
We sit there, we're at the back of the queue, and people like 3 people in a row were like, what's this? Like, what are you waiting for? And all 3 of them like scoffed at us. It was horrible. It was horrible. I should have just said waiting for an Uber, man. It was like, they were like, oh, an anime rave. They're like, 3 times in a row, man. It was rough. People are all there, like dressed as like those baddies in Naruto, which I haven't actually seen Naruto. The Akatsuki.
You haven't watched Naruto?
I haven't.
Oh,
I had the game.
Oh, fair enough.
I had the game. I played as Neji, and I would get the game again.
What do you think of Neji, even though you played the game?
Just from the game, however many trigrams and palms is lit as fuck.
Yeah, it is lit.
So I know he's like a weak character in the grand scheme of things as the power scaling goes on. And that guy who does the sand.
Gora.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get
I
don't want to get slewed by Naruto fans in the comments. Okay, anyway, quick fire.
Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, I love these questions. They're so good. Yes and no. I believe there's something out there. There's spiritual things probably out there. But then again, I always think in my head, is it your mind playing tricks? I'll give you an example. You could go to a certain place, whether it's dark area or whatever, or you can go somewhere and you can feel the presence. Is that the atmosphere of the people that are in there? Or maybe you're alone and you can walk and you feel like something's behind you. Ghosts and spirits, I'm 50-50 with it, actually.
50-50.
I generally will say I'm 50-50 with it, yeah.
So you sometimes notice another presence, whether that's ghosts or not.
Yeah, you just don't know, yeah.
The jury's out on that one. Cool. Ghosts. Are we living in a simulation?
Oh my God. Abel, you've done it. You've done some really good job. Wow. Jesus. I feel like we try and simulate ourselves into different versions of how people want to see us. So, for example, if you're going to work and maybe you're a bricklayer or something in that, really good job, you're doing your best, you have to be either the lad, as in make jokes and stuff. So you're already given a position of, how you want to look at work. Are you like playing yourself as the simulator? Does that make sense?
Masks.
But then you could argue, I'm doing this, but why am I doing it? Why is your mind doing it? Again, I'm going to say 50-50 because is there something higher than... One thing I do believe, I don't think we're the only ones on this universe. There's no way.
So you think there's aliens?
I think there's something else.
Not necessarily aliens, but something else.
Bro, there's got to...
What?
There's some next higher being, like... There's just no...
Define higher.
Ooh. Something that's more intelligent than us and that may have probably been here already.
They might be more intelligent than you, but they're not more intelligent than me.
We generally can't be the only ones here. I'm sorry. Maybe we're in a simulation and the super beings, let's just say, they're playing with us to see what we're going to do in our everyday life. And they're just playing games like I'll give you an example. Have you had days where you just feel like, one, you've been here before, so they call it deja vu, yeah? But you really, really think about it and you're like, hold on, I know what this person's going to say. Oh, I've already done this. So that's one example.
I used to when I was a kid, but I haven't since I've been an adult. I used to get that a lot when I was a kid.
I've had that a bit. as in like probably like past 2-3 years ago. I can remember it visually, like certain things were happening. I was like, oh, I remember this person was saying that. Oh, that's a bit weird.
What number am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a number.
3.
Do you know what? I didn't want to say, because that's the thing that people always think of.
Yeah.
But no matter what you said, I was going to say yeah. But because you said 3, I didn't actually have a number in my head. I changed my plans at the last minute. You ready for the deep dive?
Let's go. I was very happy with your
a quick fire.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
From ghost to stimulate. I love it.
They're kind of related in a way.
Yeah. I just love it.
Tell me what your take is on this. AI taking over the world. Gut feeling. And by taking over, I mean hostile.
I don't think we'll reach that stage yet. I think we've got a good 15 to 20 years. You know what I like to say?
Well, that's not great odds, is it? 15, 20 years, make the most of it. Don't have kids.
I'm going to use an anime reference here. Bear in mind, AI's been here for a good while. Look at what's been happening. Again, I explained to your dad earlier. What AI is happening now is the battle of the AIs. So Gemini, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, then those Claude.
Get Claude to work for me.
Oh, sorry.
Useless.
They're all battling with each other to see which has got the best features and stuff like that. And they're just gathering data and stuff like that. Bearing in mind, every time me and you prompt on someone else, that's just more data for the AI to learn. AI is pathetic without data. If it doesn't have good data, then there's no point. This is just large language models, yeah? So they're competing with one another. Then you got the creative models, Leonardo, the Midjourneys, Pika, Runway, Luma. They're all competing with each other. They're all the same stuff, really. What goes better is obviously with the user interface. I'm seeing all this now, AI and what's been happening from 2022 and stuff, is like base form Goku. Now, the reason why I say that,
Love that.
it's base form. What we all liked Goku growing up, and when we see him, it's like, oh, he's a really good marketer actually. If you look at Goku in this old thing, we're like, oh, he looks kind of cool.
Took it a bit far though, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they kind
They just rinsed it.
Yeah, they've
let him die. You know what I mean? One of them ones. Let him die, man. You know, his spirit body is just like, no.
Yeah, he's screaming out.
They're drawing me again.
Okay, so when AI first came properly from 2022, let's say, and I'll use ChatGPT as an example, it was base form Goku. You're like, oh shoot, this is really cool. I was like 2022, 23. We started seeing a bit of Kaioken. We're like, oh, okay, something's happening. Oh, okay. So I said 2022, 2023, we see a bit of the Super Saiyan 1. Like, oh shit. So now 2024, the freaking now, he's jumped. So he's went from Super Saiyan 1, then 2. Remember, it was like, it took time for him to get there. But then we're seeing him go Super Saiyan 3, then 4, then plus Ultra Instinct. We're like, hold on. I was happy just seeing base form Goku. And that's what AI is.
So you went from video to AI.
Yes.
Let's find out a bit about you.
Yes.
What inspired the change?
I was meeting with some people and they're quite entrepreneur, let's just say. But I think this is back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. We were just talking, really mashing it up, having a nice convo. We're talking about business ideas and stuff like that. And then one of them said, oh, Ash, have you heard of ChatGPT? I was like, not really, no. He said, oh, Ash, you know, someone's made money off creating a book basically on ChatGPT. I was like, huh? So I've done my research and explored it. Literally a light bulb just hit my head. And this was before like different generative AI platforms even came. This is a game changer. This is generally a game changer. And I don't think we are ready for it. But there's so much opportunity to literally not just make money. I don't think it's about making money, to really improve the human experience. And when I mean improve, if you're a sole trader or freelancer, and we were talking about this outside, it's a tool that can help you. Everything you're doing, it can generally help, whether it's editing, whether it's thumbnails, creating script for your new content idea, it can generally help. Now, before, we would have to hire people to do these things. You obviously still need some type of expert into a degree, and I'm not saying that, but if you've got like a little helper that's always there 24/7, and now you're dealing with human beings that are just being human beings.
Human beings.
Sorry, yeah, from the shop.
It's funny, I've also noticed myself calling people humans since using AI. I'm like, oh yeah, no, yeah, humans, like, we're fucking cooked.
Yeah, we are.
We're cooked, aren't we? When you start calling people humans.
If they're acting like that, obviously they may be sick, they've got family and stuff like that. But if you've got AI that doesn't get sick, that doesn't get tired, and if a person really thinks, I was like, right there, if I can master AI, which I don't think anyone can. And the reason why I'm saying that, because it's constantly updating, it's constantly evolving. Let's use an anime reference here, for example. From Jujutsu Kaisen, Megamori, I've said the name wrong, but he's Shadow Beast, the one that adapts all the time. That's how I see AI is. Literally, it's always constantly adapting. Constantly.
Instead of going on Fiverr and getting someone from Bangladesh to edit your video, you can basically get AI to do it. I mean, with clips, I don't use this. I'm Puritan. Opus clips. Mm-hmm. You can use that to knock out. I probably should be doing it, man. I'm fucking breaking my back here, editing clips. To just pick the most viral moments of your interview and edit your 10 clips immediately. Yeah. Now, they're not as good as what I can do. I've trained for the skill. I'm not using it just for the sake of it. I want good clips, so that's what I do. For me, not worth the money. My question is, it's probably on everyone's lips, jobs and AI.
Yes.
What jobs are going to be lost? But I think probably what people would more want to know, what jobs are not replaceable by AI?
Most jobs that are going to be replaced is going to be more admin. Automation is key. 2025 is the year of automation. If I'm hiring people from admin to do basic stuff, they can get tired and stuff like that. And if I've got AI that can do it 24/7, I'm going to generally pick the AI being that can do it 24/7, because I want feedback from clients. Let's just say, how's the workflow going?
Admin type tasks.
And
simple computer-based tasks.
But
so even those jobs even exist still. Anyone that's doing them is surely just using AI. What do they even need to do the job?
This is a double-edged sword as well, because we're all creatives here. So with photographers, I'm using those as an example, yeah? Would you need a photographer to do a product shoot anymore? I mean, back in the day, you would hire a studio, you would go to location, and you do all these little minimalist things to get the shoot done. Cool. Now, if a client sends you an image of their products, you could go onto Midjourney, Leonardo, expand it, prompt it, all of that, all the good stuff
in minutes. Even if it took you hours, it's still faster and cheaper.
Yeah, faster. There you go. So you're saving money. Now, I want to move on quickly, because I know we're cut for time. Is the jobs that it won't replace, and there's been theories on this. Counselling, stuff like that, in-person meets.
Do you think a person can do that better than AI?
Oh yeah,
I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay, no, please, this is interesting.
No, I'm not like the flesh is weak kind of. You know what I mean? And I've never been to therapy. Mm-hmm. I don't like people that much. He says I've got like a show where I do deep dives, really exploring people.
Yeah.
But let me just posit this, and I'm happy for my mind to be changed because I'm not that attached to it. A person has biases. My last interview was with dance and movement psychotherapist. Mm-hmm. I had a feeling from her. Michaela seems to be able to probably settle into this state of non-judgment, where she's not bringing her own ego or biases into a conversation. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's conscious or not. I don't think that probably everyone can do that. I don't think that every counsellor could do that.
Interesting.
I think if I came to you, not a counsellor, with a problem that's personal to me or whatever, I'm not saying you in particular, but another person, it's hard for them to not filter that through their own ego and be completely clinical and unbiased. And AI, particularly a language model, can look through every psychology or counselling reference at once, more than a person. And most importantly, it's not going to apply its own biases, and it's not going to get tired, like you've said. It's not going to get frustrated. It doesn't have any emotions. So I think that potentially, obviously there's the risk of treating it like a human or becoming attached to it, which can happen for people, I suppose. If you're the type of person that's not a problem for, you can make a case for AI being better for counselling.
Interesting. Abel, you actually mentioned some really good points. I totally agree with you. The only thing is, with AI, because I'm very neutral with AI. I love it to pieces. But that
doesn't sound neutral to me.
Yeah, I love it to pieces, but the other side is, I'm kind of scared of where the future is going with it also. Like, it is scary at the same time. Now, to go back to your point, I actually tested what you've just mentioned. I had a problem, let's just say. So I thought, okay, let me speak to ChatGPT. Now, because I know how to prompt and stuff, and when I mean prompting, guys, people do the basic prompts these days to, create me this image, create me this. Whereas I and other people, if they know about prompt engineering, is about giving it there's different types of prompts here. So I was explaining to your dad earlier actually about persona prompts. So act as a filmmaker, act as a counselor. Once you do that and you deep dive it, and then you got zero-based prompting, you got descriptive prompting. What most people do in every day is question-based prompting. So they obviously ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek's a basic question, and then it goes on from there. Now my point is, I was like saying, I've got this problem and stuff like that. And I've obviously done the ChatGPT's voice and stuff like that, just so I can hear it and see how it sounds. I'm a people's person at the same time. When I was comparing it how I would interact with a human, there's no emotion, one, which could be seen as good, because going back to what you were saying about the bias. Well, let's say if we had a problem now, would AI be able to do a simple handshake like this? Just little things like that. And going back to what we said earlier about COVID, what did most people want to do during COVID? They wanted to see each other. Human contact. And it actually goes back to the other question with sex robots. People want connections, regardless what it is. But going back to even with the sex robots, generally the humans wanting some type of really deep connection. If they had the choice between a sex robot and an actual person, I think 9 times out of 10 they would probably go for the person, because a human's touch, a human's feeling, that even the biases can make another human like really think deeply. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But then I have to applaud you as well. You're absolutely right. If you have counselors that have their own biases and they can't see that person for who they are, then it's a double-edged sword, really, because the AI is like, well, I'm not going to judge you.
Exactly. The AI hasn't got an ex-boyfriend that looks just like you.
You
know what I mean? God, that'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be.
You go to your house and you're like, well, I mean, are you putting the bins out? You're like, what?
Like, you can actually ask AI to act like that.
How you been filling up the dishwasher? I bet it's wrong. That's probably part of the problem.
I think AI is getting to that stage anyway where people are like talking to it as like therapy. Because if you ain't got no one to talk to,
it's cheaper, isn't it?
Well, it's definitely cheaper. You don't have to go to the pies or like, yeah, you right, Bob, you want to get it? It's like, this is where I can see if people are lonely and they've got no one to talk to, they're not really good at communication skills, they don't have a social life, and they've got this like little AI bot that wants to talk. I mean, they've got AI girlfriends now on these certain apps.
We can label this under men's mental health.
Well, definitely reach
for the extra reach on Instagram. Men's mental health. It's this flavour of the month, isn't it?
Oh my God, definitely.
I mean, it's been important and big issues, but it's the flavour of the month. Robot bitches. We're here on the... My audience is 90% men. Men's issues for men. Sex robots.
Going back to the point where people will be just lonely, and if they don't have no one to talk to, and then what you're telling me, you can design an own kind of AI girlfriend and she texts you.
Yeah.
Going back to 24/7, or well, obviously you guys are gonna sleep out there, guys. Come on. Again, you're just having that constant texting, that feedback.
Yeah.
Humans love feedback. They try not to like feedback, but really and truly, it goes back to that ego.
Every time that's a better and easier source of dopamine to going out. Dating market is confusing at the moment. People don't know how to socialise after COVID.
Yeah.
All of these issues and whatever fucking personal issues a person might have. And you can just go on your phone, have some simulation of that that's still triggering your monkey brain.
Yeah.
It's a risky move.
Very
risky move for lonely men and women, people of any gender.
The biggest job that will be saved also is construction.
It's not worth the money to get a robot to do it over a human.
Exactly.
It's never going to be.
That's going to be booming, actually.
Great for the environment.
Yeah.
We're cooked, man. Pick your poison. Which existential threat do you want?
The most important thing I'm going to say today, and I want all your viewers to really listen to this, AI is at its worst stage now. Let me repeat that again. AI is at its worst stage now. You see all these generative AI platforms that we use and the large language, it's on base form to me sometimes. It's generally like, it's not reached its pinnacle. So when it does reach its higher being, of how we've been saying all this, but when it reaches to that level where it's just really unstoppable, people are going to really think, well, I think mental health is going to increase. Hence what I said about counsellors. I don't think they're going to run out of jobs. To be honest with you, therapists, I should say.
Oh, because people will be counselling you out of your AI girlfriend addiction.
You've just said it. People, because then people are like, oh, well, I've got this AI therapist. You're like, no, you're going to need actual serious help. Like,
you're fucking.
And this is like deep. You got to know about it. This is probably me just being a bit hippie. Enjoy life. Just, I swear to God, because you can't stop it. Me, even this conversation, I mean, we're matched up, having a good time. But this video is like, it's ahead of its time as well, because we were talking about earlier how it's not keeping up with what's going on with AI.
What's England not doing that other places are?
I think they're not implementing it in schools. And I know China's doing it. Why are we not really encouraging the next generation to learn about this? Because they go on YouTube and stuff. Like, this is my big debate with schools anyway. I mean, they don't teach them about taxes. They don't teach them how to create a business. They don't teach them about communication skills. I want to see the average young child just learn these basics. And the reason being, because it's going to create better characters of this world. Bro, I want to see the young generation generally get up to date, and especially in England.
Well, they're going to be fighting them in 10, 15 years, so it's good if they know how they work.
I'm talking to some young people. None of them knew what some of the generative AI platforms that I was teaching them.
They've never heard of them.
They never heard of them. That's what shocked me more. I'm just like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, this is really interesting. This is really interesting. I mentioned it to my younger brothers as well. I'm like, yo, have you heard of this? It's like, no, I'm just doing my everyday, which is rightfully so. I get it. So there seems to be a lot of confusion. And I think we just need to be, for once, I think England has an opportunity to really get yourself involved, to really just incorporate it within obviously safe grounds as well. That's really key. Will we see it? I doubt it, bro. I'll be honest. I don't think we're going to see it. No. Just the way it's structured and how it is here anyway.
We'll just be walking around with our AI dog. I think it all started when I was 8.
Yeah, it was like,
and the dog's like, rough. Well, have you considered this?
You wouldn't believe what I came across against Lemon Labs.
Go on.
I couldn't stop laughing. Text the bark. They've basically done their prompting and stuff. You can text it in dog language.
The dog doesn't understand that. Dogs don't talk in barks.
Yeah.
Dogs don't. You've been at.
Yeah.
They're talking barks. They're talking body language. I know about dogs. I've met loads of them.
No, but the concept of the idea though is quite interesting. Yeah. Now and this is why I was laughing. I said, there's no way 11 Labs has done this. I'll be very interested to see if we can get actual dogs to see if this actually works.
Yeah.
I doubt it very much. I can see, but
Rufus, come and have a look at this.
This is a really genius marketing. I couldn't stop laughing about it. I thought, there's no way 11 Labs has done this. But we'll see in the future. We'll see. It's going to probably be text to meow soon. It's going to be, it's just, yeah.
Text to meow. Next conclusion. Then it'll be like hamsters. It starts with pets and then we go on to bigger animals.
So, welcome to the Mason Show with myself, Ashlee, and I have my guest here today, the one and only Wagwarn with Abel.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you, sir. The young Abel. So I want to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Where do you see the version of you in the next 10 years?
Fuck shit, no, man. Well, I think in the robot wars,
yeah,
AI wars,
yeah,
I think I'll be piloting one of those things, you know, in the Matrix when they're in it's not called Babylon, is it? What's it called, that place where they're all dancing? It's really grey and it's actually quite a boring part of the film.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's kind of
It's actually sucks, that bit.
Yeah.
It's so dead.
Yeah.
It's just so grey. So should have at least made it colourful and it might have been a bit more interesting. Those mechs that they've got. I'd be a pilot in one of those.
Nice. Love it.
In 10 years.
I love the vision. I love it.
If there's not a robot war.
Abel.
I'll be living in the present.
I love it. See that, guys? This is how you do it. Really good. So my next question is, if you had to be an anime character, who would you be and what power? And you can like cross-reference different anime powers or anything. So what character would you be? And then what type of power would you integrate with that character?
Okay, so would I be in that world or in the real world?
You can be in any world, in this world or any world you want to be in.
And I can have a power?
Yeah.
I would have the power of... See, this is quite a gruesome power, what I'm about to say. But it's because I want to know what the power is, and I haven't read the manga. Chainsaw Man. Machina. She's got a power and it's unclear what it is. I think it does involve killing people, so I wouldn't want to do that. But I would like to know what the power is.
Yeah.
In fact, no, I don't think I'd want that power. I just want to know what it is. Okay, if I was to have a power, I wouldn't have a power just to satisfy my curiosity about an anime. If I could have a power in the real fucking world. Full Metal Alchemist again. I think we'll go transmutation though. Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist?
I have seen bits of it.
Alchemy is you can turn things into something else with the same base components.
Nice.
So this chair has certain base components and they all use them in different ways. So I think that would be cool.
There's one power I'd love. I think it would be voice, going back to Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick.
I think
I want that one now.
That's an overrated power. I think that is actually G. Like, if you said, make this flower grow big so it blocks the shade of the sun. I just think it's OP. Like, yeah, I think it's an OP. I mean, Goku's obviously got like transformations. I think that's boring. I look obviously like the Dragon Ball franchise.
It's fine, but it's just
typical. Do you know what I mean? We see that transformation. Yeah. Whereas that
it's quite creative, isn't it?
Yeah, but and also from Jujutsu Kaisen,
Panda. Yeah,
Panda's
me too.
G. Yeah.
I swear he turns into a gorilla.
Yeah, it goes into gorilla form.
It's so funny that is.
And I would have Mega Mommy's Shadow Beast, the Adaption.
Shadow Beast, decent. Yeah, there's a Shadow Beast type of guy. He's basically the same character in Chainsaw Man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except for he's a bit more of a prick in that.
Yeah. Same thing.
It's very similar, Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's weird animation, man, but it's just so cool. So cool.
It was so good.
Okay, one more question.
When you're not doing filming or editing and doing, getting clients and stuff, what do you like to do? What's your safe place?
It's evolving because at the moment, I'm spending so much time doing the videos.
Yes.
It's mostly that. I like to just talk on the phone to my friends and take a walk. It's actually one of my favourite types of downtime. Someone will call me or I'll call them and just take a little walk.
Yeah.
And just chat. I'm not that much involved with nightlife and stuff, but also I'm just coming out of, I don't know if you have this, battening down the hatches for the winter. Because it's just like, okay, look, this sucks. The winter sucks.
Yeah.
I get seasonal depression like everyone, I think to some extent. I get it, particularly get it, but I make sure to go out the house every day and that I do certain things to counteract it, but I'm like, okay, just stick to my habits, stick to my rituals, get through the winter. Summer comes, festival season. UK's got the best festivals in the world. So when that comes around, everything's cool again. But for now, my pleasures are simple.
Yeah.
And my wants are few.
I love it. Thank you for, obviously, Abel, for coming to my show. It's been a pleasure. It has been amazing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to editing this out.
I wish you bloody would, man. Swap back around. Anime and suits. How does it fit together?
Oh, I love that. Wow. You want my business perspective, and I hope animation studios are going to be doing this, and I think technically AI has already been in anime. If you're smart about three things: business, speed, and how to get it out there to the public. If you come up with an idea, you could basically create anime characters that you've been dying to do for years within clicks of buttons. So for example, Midjourney, Leonardo, both text-to-image generators, yeah? Cool. You may have been doing some drawings, you may have had how it's going to look, you may get some inspiration. Now, you can go and create that with Leonardo, let's just say, for example. You create it, it's all good. And then you're thinking, oh wow, wait. I'm gonna promote this now. So you get on your suit. And you start going to people, whether it's other studios or animators and stuff like that. You dress the part, because it's very important, and you go there and literally promote your new anime character with AI, because you've already learned how to prompt it into Leonardo or Midjourney. And you gotta get the suit, man. You gotta get the blazer. You just gotta look the part. And people ask me sometimes, I've had some really weird stories with me wearing a suit, Abel.
Okay,
was that into
segment?
Okay.
You had to be there. Any weird stories of you wearing the suit?
Okay. So I was in DR, Dominican Republic, in Punta Cana, and I was there with my family in the hotel. Great times, great vibes. And I remember the suit. It was like a nice dark navy blue suit, red tie, and then this kind of straw hat with what the Hispanics wear. So as a family, we'll, go into the restaurants, it's all you can eat and all that in the hotel, and really enjoying everything. Anyway, one of the workers have came to me. He said, can the chef speak to you? Very nervously. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to where the chefs are, and they wanted to take pictures with me. I said, that's a bit weird. Why would you want to take pictures of me and stuff like that? And he said, amigo. I said, yes, my friend, you okay? He said, you part of cartel. I said, no, amigo, no. He said, and he kept on grabbing. He's like, amigo, you look like part of big cartel. You know. I said, no. Then he got the other chef. Yeah, because of the suit and how I was looking. I was like, what the hell's going on? And he's got his other workers coming to me as well. I was like, you cartel. I said, no, stop. What is this image of me being cartel? And then I've told my family, they were like, are you joking? I said, no, I'm not joking. Like, they're getting scared and shit. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And
then a really good meal though.
Oh, it was bloody brilliant meal.
Best like.
But then when they heard me I'm from England, they got so happy. In glass. I was like, wow. So yeah, that was kind of like the funniest but weirdest story I've had with a suit, to be fair.
The risks.
Wearing suits. Yeah, the risk.
Okay, so before we wrap up, have you got any plugs?
Just follow me on my socials. I'm working on my YouTube channel, so it's Ashlee Mason. I've already kind of started Twitch, so just follow me again. It's just at Ashlee Mason. Everything's just Ashlee Mason, basically. And I just want to thank Abel for having me here. It's been great. Seriously, I've enjoyed it. The best questions I've been asked, so random but brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. No, seriously, I've really enjoyed it.
Good. Please.
Yeah.
So, if you want to support the channel, links at the bottom. If not, see you next week at 6 p.m. No, wait. If you want to support the channel, links are at the bottom. See you next week. There's no 6 p.m. I was getting fucking late, man.